everyone, and welcome back to the Friday show with the PM class. It's Ava, and I have not hosted in a very long time. It has been a very hot minute. I have been working on some radio stuff, and it's been quite a journey, and I'm so happy to be here. And I'm so happy to see all of you guys again. It's been way too long, and I am so excited to show you what we have this week. So, I'm going to tell y'all a little something. I was also busy in Hawaii, and I had the time of my life. There was beautiful views with places and the guys, okay? They were so beautiful. And I just had the time of my life, and I recorded it to show all of you and take you through what it looks like in Hawaii. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I would much rather be in Hawaii than Indiana. I'm ready to live my best life, and hopefully one day I'll live in Hawaii, but not quite sure if I can afford it. Every time I open my wallet, like a moth flies out, so we'll see. But another trip that our PC3 students went to, for Cal specifically, they went to Washington, D.C. for their senior trip, and it looks like a ton of fun, and you guys are lucky enough to join them too, so let's go to Washington real quick.
On March 18th, I left to go on the Cout senior trip to Washington, D.C. with 28 other students. Our first day was mainly spent at Arlington National Cemetery. It was fascinating to hear how clear the heel clicks were and how in sync the sentinels were during the change of the guard ceremony. It's not shown here, but 4 Cout students got to participate in the laying of the wreath ceremony, a huge honor. Our second day was at Capitol Hill, and yes, it's a literal hill. I walked up it. It was worth it though. The rotunda, or the inside of the dome of the Capitol building, was beautiful. Something I did not know is that each state has 2 statues of historical figures scattered around the building. One of Indiana's statues is Lewis Wallace, a Civil War general, a member of the Indiana State Senate, and the author of Ben-Hur. We also toured the tide pool memorials. The one shown is the Jefferson Memorial. Our last day was my favorite. We toured the National Mall Memorials, and what you are looking at is the World War II Memorial and the Vietnam Memorial. The man on the ladder is doing an etching of a name on the wall for a family. We then had lunch at the Smithsonian, which had dinosaurs, the Hope Diamond, and VR experiences, which is what my friends are doing. They were doing a space coaster. We saw a show at the Kennedy Performing Arts Center before the 13-hour bus drive back to Cal.
I don't know about the rest of you guys, but Washington looked like such a blast. If any of you want to go to Washington right now, just hit me up and we'll go. But we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to Isabella's Crafts with Imagining. She's given us an Easter craft because Easter was last weekend. And I love Easter because I like to celebrate with my friends and my family. I like to go to church with my family. And I also like to eat the good food my grandma makes. Shout out to my grandma because she makes the best food ever. And there's nothing better at Easter than doing some crafts with your family. So, Isabella, take it away.
Even though Easter was a week ago, I thought it was to be a fun idea to make an Easter craft. So that is why for episode 7 of Imagination, we're going to be making a sock bunny. So let's go and grab the materials and get started. Okay, first thing first is the sock, which you'll be putting all the materials that you need to make the bunny out of. Next is the rice, which you're going to be making the bunny out of. Then you're going to need a scoop and a container, which you're going to put the rice in to make it easier. Next is the sock holder, which is really just a placement to make sure the rice doesn't fall everywhere. Next, you're going to use the scissors to cut off all the extra materials that you need at the bottom. Then you're going to use these. You could use pretty much anything as the placeholder as long as it ties off the sock and then the rice falls off. And lastly is a marker or a Sharpie to add the features and add the face to the bunny. Okay, first you're going to want to add the rice to the container. You're going to do this by cutting a hole in the rice, just like so, and pouring it in here. Okay, now we're going to add the second bag of rice into the container, just like so. Alright, now that you have added all of the rice, it's time to add the sock onto its placeholder. Now you're going to take your sock just like this and take it from the bottom, kind of just wrap it around the duct tape, just like so. This part is what's going to be the ears is, so you'll eventually pretty much cut it off. It depends how big you want the bunny is. So now let's add the rice. By adding the rice, you're just going to take a clump just like this and be very careful that the rice does not fall out of your spoon, just like so. How much rice you add depends on how big you want the bunny to be. You normally want to get it up until at least the heel of the sock. Every once in a while you want to make sure to raise your sock up to make sure the rice is going down. And if you make a mess, that's okay. It's just rice. Alright, ta-da, here is the bunny so far. It's time to add the placement holders. So the first one is going to go at the top to tie off the bunny. These holders can be anything between rubber bands to what I'm using hair ties to string, whatever you can to hold off all the rice coming at you. You can tie it just like this. The bunny, you could add a second one right here if you want, but you don't have to. Here's your bunny. Next step is to cut the ears. First, you're going to cut the individual ears just like this. And you're just going to want to continue to cut off the ends a little bit to make it look more like ears at least. Next, we're going to add the face and the little nose, and then I'll show you the final results. So you don't have to do anything too crazy. I'm just going to add a little eye right here. And then another one here. I'm gonna add the nose. And then its mouth. And then there you go, you have a cute little sock bunny. Okay, that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed making the bunny, and I hope you guys had a wonderful Easter and amazing weekend. Thank you, bye.
I love Isabella's crafts because they are the perfect gift ideas for the holidays or whatever like is coming up. And I am also cheap, so I like to make stuff anyways to gift. So that's that. It always works out for me anyways. But another segment on this show that I absolutely love that is just iconic at this point is Katie's game show. And Katie just does an amazing job. She is that girl. You all know her. You all love her. This is Katie's game review.
Half-Life, Valve's first ever game. Half-Life is ranked among the most iconic first-person shooters of all time, alongside games like Doom, Quake, and Duke Nukem. Released in 1998, Valve credits their inspiration for Half-Life to Doom, Quake, Stephen King's novella The Mist, and an episode of The Outer Limits called The Borderland. The game follows Gordon Freeman, a theoretical physicist working at Black Mesa. During the first part of the game, you push a crystal into a machine during an experiment, which goes horribly wrong, damaging most of the facility and opening a rift to another dimension. You head up to the surface and must defend yourself from these alien creatures from the rift and members of the US Marines that were sent to cover up the incident and kill the creatures and anyone working at Black Mesa. You're told that scientists from the Lambda complex, forgive me if I pronounced that wrong, might have figured out how to close the portal. You have to head to the other end of the facility to get them and help, fighting aliens and Marines along the way. You learn that the portal is being maintained by a massive entity on the other side, so you need to travel there to kill the alien and close the rift. During the development of Half-Life, the team figured out 3 guidelines that they thought made the levels much more enjoyable. First off, most of the in-game events are triggered by the player rather than in an in-game timer. This allows players to move at their own speed through a level. Second, the levels react to lots of player action. This basically means that bullet holes appear when you shoot a wall, and explosions cause walls to become blackened with soot. Even something as minor as this causes the game to appear much more immersive and almost realistic. Well, as much as Half-Life can be. The last aspect was probably the simplest. The game warns you of danger, so the player has time to react, rather than just being killed out of nowhere. During development, there was lots of hesitation from potential publishers, and with good reason too. Many of them said that the game was just too ambitious of a project for the first-time developers. Eventually, a game studio called Sierra Online signed a 1-game deal with Valve. Half-Life proved to be a major success when Valve showed it at E3 in 1997. It was especially appreciated for its animation and artificial intelligence. Half-Life was received extremely well, called the best shooter game since the original Doom, and given other various great reviews by critics and its audience. Half-Life made its place in the video game ranks. And despite being outdated by today's standards, it helped write the rulebook on video games and set the standard for Valve's game development.
Welcome back, everyone, and now I'm going to be talking to you about Mario. So there has been a recent Mario release, and it's good and all, but it does not compare to PC3's Mario that Liam has made for all of us. Honestly, this is probably the best of the best Marios I've ever seen, and I'm not biased whatsoever because I'm in the Friday show or anything. Welcome to It's at the End by Liam.
You did on the presentation?
Oh, I think I did fantastic. I'm not sure about the other people. They were kind of like crazy.
Oh, definitely. So, how do you guys think you did overall? Like, do you think he's gonna say yes? No?
Absolutely wonderful. There were no flaws to it whatsoever.
Do you think you guys are gonna get a yes to the next?
I do. In fact, I don't think he can say no. I'm gonna put you in Jello.
Who's Dwight? I don't know who that is.
Sir, how do you think the interview presentation went?
You know, this bread's hard now because I toasted it.
Okay, thank you. Scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your presentation?
I'm gonna be honest, it went a lot better than I thought it would. Even with the flukes and everything, I'd probably say it was an 8 out of 10.
Do you think Mr. Franks would agree?
I think he would. Actually, I think he'd give it a 9 out of 10. Because he doesn't know the... I'm not gonna say that, actually.
Yeah.
I won't finish that sentence.
Yeah.
You're not gonna use it.
No, that's good. So, what about that bride or gift? I mean, gift.
Gift. There's it wasn't my idea.
I think it was a nice touch.
It was a nice touch. Should have called it a bribe.
I think you're pretty much right. What do you think that bribe's gonna also help? Well, like
It really sweetens the pot, you know.
how much what would you say the percentage rate has gone up from by adding that?
100%. It was already 100. Now it's like 100.
Definitely.
Of course.
Definitely.
It's 200. I'm sorry. It's actually 200. I've received info from a news source.
Okay. Yeah, that's a credible source too.
Yes. Thank you.
Yep. All right.
I am actually going to be renting out one of the theaters at the Cinemark here in Valparaiso for the Career Center students to be able to see the Super Mario movie.
I don't know about the rest of you guys, but it's been super hot lately. I've been having a couple incidences where I'd be sweating way too much, and and lucky for us, our boy Evan is going to give us the weather.
Hello and welcome to Evan Weather. As you can tell by my voice, I'm a little under the weather right now, but we still have some stuff to talk about because Mr. McLennan said I had to do something. The past few weeks have seen several large tornado outbreaks throughout the U.S. Here's a quick recap. On the night of March 24th, a large tornado directly impacted the town of Rolling Fork, Mississippi. The severe damage observed here gave this tornado an EF4 rating on the 1 to 5 EF scale. The next and most significant event occurred on March 31st. Days before, the National Weather Service's Storm Prediction Center was warning of a potential tornado outbreak over a large area of the country. On the morning of the 31st, the SPC issued a rare high risk for tornadoes. This is not a common occurrence. In fact, recently, the SPC has only issued high risks about once every other year. Their official forecast contained strong wording that warned of potentially violent tornadoes. Forecasters knew a dangerous situation was developing, and at 2:18 p.m., the first intense tornado of the day occurred in the suburbs of Little Rock, Arkansas. This EF3 was quickly followed by another powerful tornado that impacted the town of, not sure how to pronounce that one, Wynne, Arkansas. This tornado tore through the countryside for over an hour, crossing the state line into Tennessee and leaving a 70-mile path of destruction in its wake. As quickly as this EF3 dissipated, its parent storm spawned another strong tornado. Yet another EF3 impacted areas near Covington and Brownsville, Tennessee, growing to over a mile wide at its peak intensity. During all this chaos, more storms were firing to the north, and at 4:12 p.m., the strongest tornado of the day would touch down near Keota, Iowa. Storm chasers captured some incredible footage of this monster EF4. A swarm of smaller tornadoes impacted eastern Iowa, northern Illinois, and even into Indiana. In fact, there was an EF1 in Maryville and a brief EF0 in Porter County. Additional storms forming in southern Illinois at this time spawned an EF3 that crossed the state line and impacted Sullivan, Indiana. A second EF3 from the same storm hit Spencer, Indiana, and a third EF3 tore through Whiteland, Indiana. Additional smaller tornadoes ripped across central Indiana and western Ohio. Back in the south, another EF3 tore an 83-mile path through southern Tennessee over the course of an hour and a half. When all was said and done, over 100 tornadoes were documented on the 31st, making it one of the largest tornado outbreaks of recent years. In fact, there was so much to go over from the 31st that we don't even have time to talk about the tornadoes that happened on April 4th over the same region as the storms from the 31st. So that will be the end of this edition of Evan Weather. Next time we will cover April 4th as well as any other storms that happened between this episode and the next one. See ya.
There are many reasons why I absolutely love the Friday show and our PC3 program in general. I feel like we have so many options that we can do here. We do marketing, we do short films, we do music videos, we do podcasts, we do radio, and we also have a spy. Yeah, I was a little confused when I heard that one too, because I had no idea that that was a thing in our classroom, but I guess we have a spy now. I don't know. This is kind of sketching me out. Like, is the government watching us too? I don't know, but let's go find out and watch the spy segment about Courtney.
Previously on Courtney Super Spy.
Wait, wouldn't it be funny though if Courtney was a spy?
There's no way. She's so clumsy. She literally tripped over her own feet the other day. The spy. Ridiculous.
Ow, what? Where am I? What? How? Do you know why we called you in today? Called what? Who are you people? Why am I here?
No,
what is...
people. No questions.
What? Well, I'm not doing anything then. Okay, so I'm Ashley, and this is,
You're not supposed to tell her that.
What's that?
No. Get the pen.
Okay.
What?
Hey, you see this?
Yes,
I need you to stare right here for like 5 seconds, okay?
Why? From the top.
Yeah. Where am I? Who are you? What is this? Do you know why we called you in today? No, I wouldn't know. Who are you people?
No questions. Always the question.
What? No, I'm not doing this. We need to ask you a favor.
We suspect this guy right here to be an alien.
Wait. Back up. Did you say alien?
Yes.
Are you guys delusional? Just nuts.
I said no questions.
I'm not. What? Why would I? No, I'm not doing this. Turn it around. Just turn the paper around. So you guys pay? Yeah. All right, I'm in. Yeah, that's what I thought. Wait. What gives? Xander?
Yeah?
What the? Hey, you! I have your guy. You guys are so stupid, I swear. This is your guy, right? This is your guy. Wait, what do you mean?
I
That's not him.
No.
What do you mean it's not him? This is him. This is the guy you were gonna pay me to get.
I don't even know what's going on.
It's an exact replica. Don't even. And you guys are, I can't, with you guys' idiocracy, this is my classmate Xander. He's not, it's not him. What do you mean it's not him? It's exactly, I expect to be paid. You guys promised me money. I went through all this trouble for something you guys didn't even realize. He's not a freaking alien. You guys are just stupid. What, you're stupid? Agency is stupid.
Look,
that money's probably not even... Why do you have a fedora?
I don't know. Fedoras don't even, like... No,
Who are you? What?
Good.
What?
I would never wear one.
A little project I have been working on lately with Kira and Mary is a podcast called Believe It or Not. And Believe It or Not is a podcast based off of all the cool conspiracy theories. You guys should totally check it out, by the way. I love a good conspiracy theory. And we did a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look of what it's like to film Believe It or Not, and a little bit of a preview of what's coming on next week. So let's go check it out.
Over 50 ships and 20 planes gone without a trace. No clues and no leads. Would you dare fly over the Bermuda Triangle? Wreckage has not been found, leaving the death and vanishing of so many people unsolved.
Hey guys, in case you guys didn't know, PC3 has been up to some amazing things. We finally got our recording room set up, so we've been able to actually have a space to do our podcast. And if you didn't know, us three have been working on a podcast called Believe It or Not, where we talk about conspiracy theories because that's a fun subject.
Wednesdays at 12:30.
Yes, make
on
sure to
PC3
tune in.
Radio. It's a lot of fun.
Yep. So basically, we're just going to show you how we get set up for our podcast.
Yeah.
So first thing we had to do was find other people to do the podcast. You want to make sure it's people that you can conversate easily with, and also that don't have an annoying voice, because you don't want to hear their squealy voice.
Better watch out for us then, right?
Okay, but on a serious note, it is extremely important that you are able to find people to podcast with, that you're able to have good conversations with. It's really important to be able to know what you're talking about and to be able to tell a story and be able to entertain about the topic as well. If you don't do any research and you don't know what you're talking about, you guys are going to run out of talking points. It's really also important that you are able to outline a script of what you want to talk about, so you make sure that you're covering all of those points that you researched. No podcast is entertaining without any music or sound effects. It's really important to keep your audiences entertained, and you have to keep their attention. So the only way to do that is to have some interesting music, to switch up the music when you guys are switching your topics. The next thing that you want to do is add it to the Rodecaster. We use a Rodecaster, and it's honestly really been awesome to work with software like this. It's really easy. It makes switching sound effects, turning them off and on, and adjusting the volume of your mics really easy. And then after that, all you can kind of do is practice a few times, then go for it. The first time that we did our first episode, I think we did like 3 practice runs, and then the second time we were able to do it just on the first try. And obviously we're not experts, we only have a few episodes out, but it's been a learning experience, and I was really nervous about doing podcasting because I've never been one to enjoy my voice, but it really lets you hear yourself from a different perspective when you do this. And I think podcasting has allowed me to become more comfortable in my own voice. So if you have ever thought about wanting to do podcasting, I say go for it. There's so many topics that you can cover. Probably everything creative has been done before, but the thing is, can you do it better? Hey, Courtney, do you believe it or not?
Not. Wait.
Here with Mr. Swinford, do you believe it or not?
I do.
Word. Like I've said before, PC3 has got it all. We've got music videos, short films, Spies, and now a Hogwarts student. I don't know what's been going on, what's like in the air lately, but we've had a lot of different kind of students lately. And it's a little shocking, to be honest. I've never met someone that's a spy or a Hogwarts student, but I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun with this one. Apparently, Jaden's a Hogwarts student, and I had no idea, but only here at PC3, right? Anyways, let's go check this out.
Jaden, tell me a little bit about your background, your schooling.
So I went to Hogwarts.
Okay.
Okay. Never heard of Hogwarts?
Oh, I've heard of Hogwarts, but just because you went there, that doesn't tell me what you learned.
I learned magic, and I learned how to make potions.
Oh, and how does that have anything to do with my school?
I suppose it wouldn't.
Oh, okay. Because I'm a little concerned because I'm not seeing anything anywhere that says that you've honestly been anywhere or learned anything.
Okay, well, I can see how that would be concerning.
Right.
However, Obliviate!
Hi, Jaden. Welcome to our school.
Hey, thanks.
We're glad to have you.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Good. I think you'll do wonders.
Alright, what do you think about the new transfer student?
You mean the one that dresses up like a wizard? Yeah, he's pretty weird. Yeah. I mean, the other day he was like casting spells. I don't know what he thinks this is, Harry Potter, nah, but this is real life. Go outside, touch some grass, you know? Jeez. Hey, I got a question for you.
What's up?
Are you from Harry Potter? I need to know.
No.
Are you Hermione?
No.
Ronald?
Who's that?
Voldemort?
How do you know that name?
Okay, what do you think about the new transfer student?
I think he's kind of a loser. I think he's acting like Harry Potter because I guess people at Velbo act like fictional characters because they think they're fictional characters because everyone at Velbo is a loser.
Alright.
Yo. Hey, sorry, I don't mean to bother you. Do you know when Quidditch tryouts are?
What is that? I don't know.
It's like air soccer.
Air soccer?
Yeah, kind of. It's like Rocket League.
Yeah, I think you need to stick to baseball.
Okay, Alohomora. Why does this not work? You know what?
So, what do you think about the new kid?
I don't think that she is very smart. I think that she needs to pay more attention when people are talking to her.
I've literally been going here for like my whole life.
Am I the new kid?
Okay, guys, this is the end of the Friday show, episode 35, is it? Right? Sometimes I'm just delusional and forget a lot of things, but this is the cast and crew. And we are all so thankful for our audience. We just love the viewers, so make sure to keep tuning in and to tune in next week because we have a special treat for you guys. PCW, which is Porter County Wrestling, and we do have a little bit of preview for you guys. Have a good weekend!
Who's my next opponent? Oh, the Atomic Bomb. Just another guy. Ain't nobody beat me. I'm undefeated. I'm the champion. Ain't nobody can compete with me. You guys will see.
Mark doesn't know what I'm representing. Mark doesn't know what this means to me. He doesn't know who's coming. I'm the Atomic Bomb, and I'm gonna blow him to smithereens.
How would y'all like me to finish him? Because I got an idea.
Oh. Hey, what's up? It's Aiden, Parts Unknown, and this Friday, I'm gonna be taking down Centron.
Well, when Senor McClendon called me about this opportunity to wrestle here and against
Some guy that from parts unknown. Yo no sé de dónde es. I think he's a skinny guy. I really don't know much about him, but
You know, everybody thinks they gonna beat me just cause I'm the skinniest, just cause I'm the most unknown out of all these guys. They don't know anything.
okay, is I'm really just gonna go out there. I'm gonna show my abilities and I'm gonna ball out. I'm gonna do what I do.
And once I see you in the ring, is 1-2, you're out, okay?